Back here at Hawks Field in Haymarket Park, and the Huskers now lead 2-1 thanks to Jet Buck's second dinger of the season. That one looked like it was just going to keep going and going as we have a switch out in center field, maybe right field now. But Danny, could not have come at a more important time for the Huskers.
Yeah, it definitely could not. It's Max Butenbach that is moving to right field. That replaces Wiljeski, so that takes Wiljeski's bat out of the lineup. But Butenbach is in there mostly for defense, I would argue.
I'd agree with that one. Ty Horn back to the hill, and to take you the rest of the way, we have my friend, my pal, my buddy, Danny Berg.
Oh, thank you, Colin. Ty Horn puts in strike one, and keep an eye out on that pitch count up there. He's up to 93 pitches now, is Ty Horn. As he gets Murphy to swing and miss.
Well, Danny, would I ever lie to you? You are my pal, my friend, and my buddy.
Why would you lie?
Exactly.
There's no point. No balls, 2 strikes. That one's fouled off. Nebraska leading 2-1 after the big Buck home run in the bottom of the 6th that found the home run terrace. That one just misses outside.
Oh, that was the definition of just a bit outside. I scraped the black, maybe.
Bob Euchre would be proud. 1-2 on the way. And it is caught by Wordley. It's a strikeout for Ty Horn. Just his second of the day. It was tipped at the plate. Wordley got the glove on it.
How about Ty Horn dialing up another one? Only 2 strikeouts today, but 6 1/3, 4 hits, an earned run, only 1 walk as well. He's been a flamethrower on the mound today.
1 gone here in the 7th as Jason Oliver drops in. 0 for 2 on the day. A foul pop in the 2nd and a fly out in the 5th. This goes the other way towards Butenbach. Ranges over, catches it on a line for the 2nd out of the inning.
For the splittest of seconds, Danny, Max Butenbach looks like he lost the ball and then ended up pulling up and making the grab, but there are no lights in his eye line. Maybe that one down the left field line just a little bit, but the ball wasn't anywhere near that. Either way, he caught the ball.
This is Nebraska's first time playing under the lights here at Haymarket Park this season. Granted, this is only their 3rd home game. Bouncing ball back up the middle. That gets through the hole for Noah Bright. A 2-out single for the designated hitter who's only gotten there his 4th hit of the season.
That's got to be a great feeling for the graduate out of Macomb, Michigan. He was 0 for his last 12 entering today. Oh, and then he gets subbed out for a pinch runner. Well, that was short-lived.
He won't even get to run for himself. It's going to be Trent Rice that comes in. Trent Rice.
Well, this is exactly the role that Trent Rice plays. He had 80 career stolen bases at Oakland. He did play 2 seasons there, the junior did. He's been caught 14 times. He also stole a career-high 4 bases in a win over Rochester on March 12th, 2024.
He's got some speed.
I thought the Huskers almost had him there, but I would not be at all surprised if he had the green light.
39 steals from a season ago, but he's been cut down 4 times already, and Horn knows it. Oh, and they got him! Ty Horn cuts down Trent Rice. Would not be shocked at all if Jake Boss wants to look at it. The hands are up. And Mark Wagers is telling Nebraska to get back on the field because they want to look at it. So we're going to keep it right here. You saw the replay there. We are going to take another look.
That was a nice move from Horn regardless, but Danny, that was I was expecting Trent Rice to take off. It's exactly his MO. The Huskers were thinking the same thing.
So as of right now, it's the 3rd out of the inning. is the first challenge of the day for Michigan State, as Ty Horn will continue to keep the arm loose down on the mound. He's up to 100 pitches right now. See if we can take a look again at the pickoff at first base. Here we go.
Does the tag get there before the hand? It doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't. This is going to be a tough one, too.
We'll check out. Yeah, I don't know, Danny. This is a very close one, but it does look like the hand maybe got back there before the glove slapped his arm. Danny, I question about the safety bag. Has that always been there?
It is
in NCAA softball, or excuse me, baseball.
Well, it's been in softball for a little while now,
right?
Which is why it could be a little bit confusing. But it's been mandated now in baseball. It began this year with the safety base, and it's something that you really only see with grade school baseball, and it's been added in as we've seen a lot of first base collisions over the years, and it's a way to try and prevent. It's a preventative measure to try and stop those collisions from happening. I mean, you can pick really whatever color you want it to be. Most schools will go with orange or green. I personally like the orange one more.
So then you have to wonder if it's been implemented into collegiate baseball. Does it maybe come to the minor leagues or even in the near future MLB?
Yeah, I don't know about that one as much. By that point, you're professional, so you're probably a little bit more better off. But we're still taking a look at the attempted pick play over at first base. Ty Horn picking off Trent Rice. Michigan State wanted to take another look at it. And Colin, the longer that we're looking at the replay, the more likely that the call is going to stand. That doesn't necessarily mean that it will be up. If it's upheld, that means that it was correct. Overturned means overturned. Stands means we don't know. We are going to get the call here. And he's out.
Well, since it stood, Danny, what a pickoff move from Ty Horn. Now this time, 7 strong innings from the junior. This time I don't think you'll see him back out there, as we're going to see a new pitcher, I think, for Michigan State as well.
But Ty Horn goes 100 pitches and goes 7 strong for Nebraska. Time to stretch. Here in Lincoln, the Huskers have a 2-1 lead over Michigan State as we get into the late innings. You're watching Big Ten Baseball on Big Ten Plus. Yeah, that game on Tuesday against Winthrop was a close one, and then they lost the lead late in that game. It was a good start from Kyle Rudolph in that one. He went 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs in that contest, 70 pitches worth. But Higgins was one of the guys that Jake Boss leaned on out of the rotation last year. 15 starts for him, went 61 in the 3rd innings. But a 7 ERA is really not going to get the job done. And then you bring in Carter Monk from Illinois State. He was there for the last 2 years. Donovan really starts to show up after he had those 7 starts. And then we're expecting to see Logan Pecor on Sunday. He only had 4 starts last year, but really encouraging in those 4 starts for him. Mostly a bullpen guy was Pecor, as Devin Nunez goes on the first offering from Higgins.
How about that curveball from Higgins to start things out?
Standing, as you mentioned, 6'4", 215, a guy that can hide his breaking ball well. Nunez takes strike 2.
That is always one of the toughest things as a hitter, Danny. When you see that curveball first pitch and then you get 90 down, or I guess right at the belt, you don't know what to do with it because you just saw one dip out of the zone. You're expecting it to do the same thing.
0-2 on the way. Nunez fouls it into the glove for a strikeout. Nunez goes down on 3 pitches.
That's an at-bat I would put on my highlight reel if I were Nolan Higgins. A curveball and then 2 fastballs right up at Devin Nunez's grill. And on the opposite side, I'd try and forget about that at-bat as quick as possible.
Jalen Worthley is down in the bullpen, and Jeter Worthley is at the plate. that will be getting some getting used to. Words are hard.
You got there in the end, Danny. That's what matters. So
it is Jeter Worthley at the plate.
Well, they both start with the same letter, Jalen and Jeter, but 2 for 2 today is Jeter, the freshman catcher. He's been on a heater.
And Jalen Worthley's one of the nicest guys that you could ever meet on a baseball team, down there in that bullpen and helping to mentor younger brother Jeter. Both Lincoln East graduates, as Jeter shows bunt, doesn't make contact, now 1-2.
That's not the first time we've seen Jeter do that today, Danny. I mean, we've seen some above average speed, and I'd argue for the catcher position, he's got elite speed.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often in catchers, is the kind of speed he's got. 1-2 on the way, bounces in. And Jeter's does have a stolen base this year so far.
Let's just say he's not in the speed department. He's not like your Yadier Molinas or Buster Posies of the world.
He's not your prototypical catcher. Gives a little more, if we're making pro comparisons, I see a little bit more JT Real Muto.
There you go.
Maybe even an Adley Rutschman.
Safe to say as well, maybe I know he's not a catcher, but not exactly like Daniel Vogelbach.
Far from Daniel Vogelbach. This is a bouncing ball coming over as McKay on the run over to first, throws it wide. Did it make it into the dugout? Not sure. The hands go up from our first base umpire, Mike Morris. And Jeter Worthley is going to be awarded second base. The ball did, in fact, go into the dugout. And there you see it. We just saw it up on the big screen. You'll see it right here in just a moment. Worthley using that speed. He had it all the way and then just sneaks into the dugout.
Danny, we just talked about it. Really, really fast.
I
for
manifested
a catcher.
it.
There we go, exactly. And so,
look at me go.
Jeter Worthley puts pressure on the defense. All he has to do is put the ball in play, and that's one of the main reasons why he's so dangerous here with the Huskers.
Here's Mac Moyer now, all of a sudden a runner in scoring position with one out. Rips this one into the stands. That was a laser beam. Hey, nice catch by Ty Horn. He's still catching foul balls. The day just doesn't end for him.
I thought he was a pitcher, Danny.
Pitchers are athletes.
Pitchers are athletes. That campaign continues aggressively.
Give Ty Horn a helmet. Have him run the bases. I'm sure he would.
I think he would too, to be honest.
He would.
Especially, yeah.
Channel is under Will Walsh. Used to be a two-way player for Nebraska.
Mac Moyer hasn't had a Mac Moyer-esque type of day. He's 0 for 3 so far.
That one's in a center field. That'll get down for a hit. Spinning around third. Here comes Worthley. He'll score standing up. Nebraska out to a 3-1 advantage here in the bottom of the 7th. And Mac Moyer tacks an RBI on.
The broadcaster's jinx comes through for it. The Huskers on that one. Moyer now 1 for 4 after previously not reaching base in this one. And he comes through in a big way when the Huskers need him most.
Now bring in Joshua Overbeek.
If you're Nolan Higgins, you have to be thinking, what the heck happened after that strong 3-pitch at bat against Devin Nunez?
Yeah, let Worthley on, then Moyer with the single, and all of a sudden it's a 3-1 ball game. Nebraska now with 10 hits compared to Michigan State's 5.
I think Mac Moyer started over there at first base, but then stopped. He's 1 for 3 on steals this year. I'm interested to see how aggressive Coach Bolt gets.
And that run scored is an unearned run because of the throwing error by Ben McKay, or Ryan McKay. Excuse me. The check over not there. One ball, no strikes on Joshua Overbeek. Was close on the outside part of the plate, but not there.
You can see the control starting to slip just a little bit for the senior. He's got to find something and something quickly because no arms are loose down in that pen. There's someone out there stretching loosely, but no urgency.
Overbeek fouls this one off. Now 2-1.
And it's not like the Spartans have too many more arms to go to. Remember, this is the first game of a 3-game set. Danny, I was really surprised to see both starters go 7 innings even after that 2-hour delay.
Well, we only saw 6 out of Donovan today, but still the fact that he was able to get a quality start is impressive. With the way that, you know, the game had started, having the 2-hour delay, like there was a lot of factors working against both guys, and they both pitched phenomenally. Did Overbeek go? Yes, he did. Look at running up by the plate umpire. Overbeek just checking in to make sure he was right.
I'm wondering if Mac Moyer, he started again, Danny, but I'm wondering if this is on purpose to try and fake out Michigan State.
2-2, there goes Moyer. Overbeek went around. He is called out on strikes. Moyer will take second. And there are 2 gone.
Always an interesting dilemma on the drop third strike because Moyer did take off, but it doesn't matter in that situation. There's less than 2 outs, so Overbeek will head back to the bench. But what a pitch from Nolan Higgins. It's like he can hear us up in the booth making us.
And it doesn't matter as well because at the time of the pitch, Mac Moyer was on first base as Carey takes ball 1 outside. So even though that Mac Moyer did not possess first base anymore as he was trying to steal, he technically was still on first base, which is why Overbeek could not take first base on the drop third. Now 2-0 on Dylan Carey, who's 1 for 3 today. Reached on an error in the first, fly out in the 5th, and a double play in the 3rd. That one's dropped in there for a called strike.
We see this stuff with Nolan Higgins. It's quite simply that off-speed pitch that works so well. It starts so far up in the hitter's grill, is if you'd like to call it that, and then drops down into the zone. Doesn't give the hitters a chance to get anything on it.
2-1. Strike 2 on Dylan Carey.
And then right as I mentioned that, he comes back with 90 on the corner, and it's just paint. You see what Michigan State likes with this kid.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Higgins looks, now deals. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Higgins gets out of the jam, but it doesn't matter. Nebraska tacks on another run. Jeter Wordley going flying around the bases. Sanderson with some hits. Mac Moyer drives him in. Nebraska still out in front. They lead now 3-1 as we head to the 8th inning.